We have these cards. I don't use these cards often, but when I do, they're makes sense. Guardian angel cards, messages from your guardian angels. One thing I don't like is the box. Look at the box. Look what fucking happened to the box. When I was opening these cards, I couldn't open it. I was literally like because it was so tight. So I had to like, I don't know how the fuck I opened the card, but I fucked it up because it looks like this and it's not supposed to. But yeah, I don't like it because when they're in here, they're kind of difficult to take out and to put back in. Like, I'm like, why didn't you just make a shaped box? Like a heart-shaped box? Heart-shaped cards? In a heart-shaped box. Why did you put heart-shaped cards in a square fucking box when you fit the bitch and it's kind of like, you have to twist them, you know, like you have to make, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, so these are the heart shape here. These are direct messages from your guardian angels. These cards are sweet. They're very to the point. I shuffle them like this. And then they like to fall out a lot. But yeah, so yeah. Basically just messages from your guardian angels. Pretty straightforward. Recommend them for anybody. I just hate putting them back because, oh, fucking, like, fuck. Get in here. I don't want to. Nice. Whatever. Now, I have these money manifestations. I got these off Etsy. Money. This is practical, okay? These are not cards to use just to hear messages. You actually have to put these cards to use. This card is specifically for manifesting money. They don't come with a guidebook. Nothing. Okay, got these from Etsy. I was like, Spirit, I want more money in my life. I need some motherfucking money cards. So yeah, money magic manifestation cards. Tips for bringing money magic into your life. These are more mantra cards. So when I use these, I always tell people to write this shit down. I hang them up on my wall. But basically they look like this. Okay, so you are supposed to use them on a consistent basis. These are not cards that you use one time. To see the cards work, for you to actually be manifesting money, you have to do it pretty consistently. So if I really want to manifest, I'll probably manifest for a straight week and then I just stop. So I'll use these cards for a week and then I stop. Because why? Because money came in. I don't need them anymore. So whenever you need money, I love these fucking cards. Love them. Love them. A lot of self-empowerment as well. Yeah, these are practical cards still. You have to use these cards in a practical way or they will not make sense. Okay. Now, these are not Oracle cards, but I saw them in Barnes & Nobles, and so I turned them into Oracle cards because I believe with cards, once you put your intent into something, the bitch works. Especially when it comes to Spirit, because Spirit's just energy. So it's like, Spirit, I want these cards to work as oracles. Here's my intention. So I literally took a notebook and I wrote down each card. I wrote down how each card made me feel and I created a message for them and they work really well. But these are not Oracle. These are called Trumpu. Trumpu. So these are, Trumpu is basically the cards, like playing cards in Japanese. But yeah, Miyazaki here. Alright, you guys already know what they look like. But yeah, they come in this little pounce thingy here. So yeah, these are not oracles, but I made them into fucking oracles. So I consider them oracles now. Okay, yeah, so that's what I recommend when it comes to like your own card. Like if you find like, I don't know, like if it's a Harry Potter or something and they have like a Trumpu here, you could even turn them into oracles if you want. It depends on your intention. This is Kiki delivery service because I am a Studio Ghibli fucking simp. I love these cards. Same thing with these cards. Okay, I was gonna try the Princess Mononoke, but I didn't feel connected to the images as much. But yeah, that's what the cards look like here. Right here. I love the casing. This is so dope. Like the casing. And I don't know if it's glass or not. Uh-oh. Oh no, did I fuck up? I fucked up. Uh-oh. Why are so many Miyazaki cards in here? Woo, good thing I have not used these cards in a minute. Holy shit, I need to organize them. Whoopsie. Whoopsie. Well, good thing I opened them. I haven't used these cards in months, so. Angel guides here. These are really pretty. These cards, I don't know what the hell is wrong with me, but I got so emotional once I like received the cards. I don't know what the fuck. This is from Kyle Gray as well. So Kyle Gray again. I like his work a lot. Beautiful cards. I love these cards because they're super diverse. A lot of diversity in them, okay? They're really gorgeous. The guidebook is super helpful. Has a lot of additional messages. very specific messages. I use these for healing. I use them for good news, blessings, what I need to hear, additional messages, you know, stuff like that. This guy, he's really cute. I don't know why. Tell me why does it look, I feel like my future spouse could look like him. Because when I saw this card, I was so attracted to it. It was so creepy. I was like, Dinah, it's a fucking card. I was like, but he's hot. He's so cute. Like, I don't know. He looks like somebody that I would marry. Seriously. But yeah. It's like, calm down. It's just a drawing. Whatever. But yeah, these cards are great. They're super small, which I like too. Very easy to shuffle. The back here, really nice cards. Guidebook, really pretty. It's not colored, it's just like a regular looking guidebook here. Yeah, it's here. So you have the meaning of the cards, your message, and extended messages. So message on message, you love these cards. I try to read the guidebook, but you don't always need to use the guidebook with these cards. We have the angel answers here, okay? You could see how long I've had them because it's it's not as pretty anymore. Yeah, so these are the angel answers. Now, how do you use these cards? Basically, the cards are very specific, and the book tells you different ways to use the cards, but basically they're angel answers. They're just, it's more than yes or no. It's like specific, you know, like what should I do? Like, let's see, Spirit, what should I do right now? What should I focus on? What should I focus on? Wait. So whatever I should focus on, I should wait. So, you know, they're specific, but these cards do become contradictory sometimes. And they're saying trust. So whatever it is I should focus on, or, you know, that they're telling me to wait, I need to have trust and have faith and things like that. So they have timing cards as well. These do come with timing. When it says perfect timing, it says yes, it says no. Yeah, no. We have abundance here. Okay, we have a no again. This is a fuck no, okay? There's a fuck yes and a fuck no. We have forgiveness. So I highly recommend these. I feel like everybody who's really into tarot and oracle should have these cards, okay? To me, I feel like they're just very direct messages from angels specifically. And my God, is the timing amazing. I remember my friend Austin, I got these cards and I was like, I want to try these cards on you. And when he was like, really, are they really gonna work? I'm like, bitch. So he was just being funny, but he was like, okay, well, me and my boyfriend are going to make some toast. So ask the cards, is it gonna be like, are we gonna be able to have a good breakfast? And the card unlikely came out. And I was like, okay, well, check back in like a week or something. So then, you know, he texted me, he was like, oh my God, Dinah, those cards are fucking crazy. I was like, why? He's like, well, remember I said that we're gonna make toast or some shit like that? They're like, well, we burnt the toast. We fucking forgot the toast and this, and I was like, oh, well, and then we ended up eating, what did he say? We ended up making an omelet or something else or whatever the fuck. And I was just like, see, told you, the cards don't lie. So these cards don't lie. They read your soul. They read your fucking soul. So these cards are great for when it comes to timing, and just additional messages. Now, when the cards do get contradictory, so for example, let me see. Let me ask really specifically, like, should I... I don't have anybody, but let me say, like, should I text this person? Should I text my crush if I had a crush? And it will be recovery. I'd be like, what the fuck does that mean? And so say I clarified, right? And it would say be assertive, and you're just like, huh? Where's that damn wait card? Where's that damn wait card? Where is it? Where is it? Because these cards, yeah. It even says this here. So it says, not the right time recovery. So should I text my crush? No. Why? Because it's not the right time. You still need to heal with recovery. There's something inside you that you're still mourning. Do not text this fucking person. But when it is time to text them and you're finished mourning or you feel better, be assertive, right? So that's how you could kind of read the cards. If they become contradictory, clarify them. Clarify them maybe 2 times, and then they start to make sense when you put the messages together. Because sometimes I'll be like, should I go here? Oh, am I gonna go to Japan next year? Yes. And then I'll pull and it'll be like, no. And I'm like, huh? What do you mean? What do you mean, no? You just said yes. And then I'll clarify and it'll be like, wait. And I'm like, oh, okay. No, wait. Okay, gotcha. So that's how you use those cards. I kind of regret these. If you're interested in them, let me know and I will send them to you because I don't want these anymore. We have music oracles. You guys have seen me use these, but I use them more for like physical descriptions. I don't use the card for how they should be used, simply because I'm not a music head. I listen to a lot of foreign music, so if you're into pop culture and you know a lot about American music, then I would recommend these for you. But I don't like them simply... God, see, look at this shit. Kind of how they are. They're just kind of like, I don't know, they're cheaply made, to be honest. Like, it's kind of rude, but it is the fucking truth, though. These cards are fucking cheap. They're very, they're thick, though, okay? But we do have this. So we have Marvin Gaye. Yeah, Marvin Gaye here. And the guidebook only tells you about the celebrity or the famous person on it. It doesn't tell you the message. The message is on the card. You have to interpret by yourself. So there's no additional messages. If you don't get it, you don't get it. So yeah, for Marvin Gaye, it says, and on the back it has this. We have the sunglasses, the bottle of liquor, and the music, right? So it has, you see that? It says attitude, lifestyle, inspiration, which is also on the cards. So for me to read this, I'd be like, okay, so the attitude is don't fool around with something you cherish. The lifestyle, there is madness and love, but also reason and madness. Inspiration from a song. A selfless heart is all you need to get by. Okay, so it's like, okay, I think I have an idea, but I noticed that when I try to interpret, I get confused. Maybe that's just me, I don't fucking know. But if you would know more, like if you're a pop culture fanatic and you know a lot about music, go for it. You will like these cards, because I don't know what Marvin Gaye stood for. I don't know what John Cage stood for. Mariah Callas. We have James Brown here, Michael Jackson. I know what Michael Jackson stood for because he's an icon. We have Dolly Parton here. So we have Nick Cave. I don't know who the fuck that is. So like, if you don't know pop culture, these are going to be a bit difficult for you. Okay, but if you do, you're a music fanatic, I do recommend these for you. Okay. Yeah. I don't know shit because I barely listen to... I don't listen to old American music, like old school. I don't listen to old school stuff, so I have no fucking idea. Yeah, so this is called the Musical Oracle, and then they had another one. I was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna give these another shot. Oh, look, they have a Love Oracle. Oh my god, they have a Love Oracle from Love Advice from Celebrital, right? So it says, one night stand, long-term relationship and breakup, and then family and friends in terms of the symbols of what the cards mean on the back. And I was like, oh, these are so cool. Oh my god, let me try them again. Again, kind of cheaply made. I don't like them. They're very kind of just, because they bend easily. Like, look how, like, they're bend. Like, they bend. Yeah, so we have a Rihanna. We have Rihanna here. It actually does look like Rihanna. It's pretty funny. But like I said, you would have to know these people for it to make sense. We have Elizabeth the First. So it's just like love advice from all these random famous people. We have Cleopatra. Let me see that one. So for Rihanna, it says, and again, I have to look at the back. One night stands. It says, the badder you are, the better it is. So this is what it comes with your love life. Long-term relationships and breakups. Sometimes you have to stick it out through the storm. Family and friends, you have to be strong to let yourself be weak. So you can interpret the messages as they come along here. This one is confusing with Plato. Sometimes they get really fucking like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm just very slow at interpreting these cards, but yeah. So Plato, I think he was some artist. It says, one night stand. At the touch of a lover, everyone becomes a poet. Long-term relationships and breakup. Love is simply the name for the desire in pursuit of the whole. Like, bitch, I don't have time to be interpreting this, Plateau. Like, I don't. Like, just give me the message. And we have family and friends. The madness of love is the greatest of heaven's blessing. Like, what the fuck? Like, you know, so you do have to... these cards take time. You have Gandhi here. They do take time. I don't use these cards when it comes to love readings because, again, I'm too fucking lazy to be interpreting shit. I want them to be more specific and clear. But again, if you feel guided to get these cards, get them. Maybe you'll like them. Some people like them. They're just not for me. So if you want these cards, let me know. Okay? We got my favorite. Love these. Mermaid Oracle here. Mermaid, oh, magical mermaid and dolphins. What I love about the cards, I like the old vintage look to them. The cards don't have a modern look. They look really old. I like them. So they have like this old school, what do you call it? Old school design graphic design. Even the border looks really old school, kind of like 70s maybe. But I love these cards. They're super, super cute. The messages are always so positive as well, and they're fucking spot on, okay? Spot on these cards are. And I love, again, that they have words at the very bottom, which I absolutely love. Yeah, I use these cards when it comes to, you know, what good stuff is happening, what I need to know. Guidance, just any guidance here, okay? In terms of the quality, really great quality. These cards I will have for a very long time. I can already tell. And yeah, so these cards are really nice. Love them, love them, love them. So watch your thoughts. It's important to only think about what you desire. How's the guidebook? The guidebook is pretty good. It has a pretty good paragraph of the cards as well, for you to understand them. But they're very self-explanatory. Now, we have these. I bought them in SF, and I like these cards, but I don't know them well, okay? But here, these are more modern, okay? They look very modern. This is the really big guidebook. Now, the one thing I don't like about the cards is that the author goes on and on about philosophical ideas about each card, when I just really want the fucking interpretation. So it's kind of difficult to find, like the actual meaning, and I don't think these cards have a table of content where I could find them right away. So I don't like the fact that I have to go around in the book to search for the, you know, the cards here. Yeah, so this is the cards. Very solid packaging. Packaging is high quality. Definitely care about the cards. I affirm that all life is sacred. They're kind of like affirmators. I don't know how to use these cards well yet. It says the 42 ideals of Mott in daily life. I think Mott is a philosopher, so yeah, these cards do get very philosophical in the guidebook here. And they're very intuitive. I conserve with awareness. Sometimes I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? So yeah, I do have to go in the guidebook and like highlight stuff. That's why I haven't used them, because again, I'm just really fucking lazy. But I will eventually. But yeah, so these are the cards. And again, the name is Amenti Oracle. Okay. These, life purpose. I feel everybody should have these cards. These cards are really good. When it comes to career readings, people like, Dinah, what's my life purpose? What am I supposed to be doing? What major should I try? What career path is good for me? These motherfucking cards, amazing, love them. Life Purpose Oracle, During Virtue here, love these cards, okay? These are just fucking solid, very to the point as well. Very back here, okay? You guys seen these cards a lot, I'm sure, okay? So yeah, they're very specific. The cards are a bit outdated though, because a lot of the messages, I'm kind of like, yeah, but people do other things when it comes to like career paths. So it'll be nice to have an updated version, but I know that's never going to happen. So I'm going to have to probably create career cards for myself in the future here. Yeah, so we have these here. And yeah, these cards are just like they're really good for, you know, career. Mostly career, life purpose. Like, what the fuck am I doing here? Yeah, life here. So yeah, they have a pretty good paragraph. It's not super long. It's not super long in terms of like the meanings, but you'll get the gist of it. It'll even tell you why the card popped out in terms of what spirit feels like you'll be good at and stuff like that. So I do recommend that, especially for guidance when it comes to helping other people. I love these cards. Moonology here, okay? These are Moonology. You see these cards? Love, 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 damn. Really beautiful moon cards. They help me learn about cycles of the moon, because I'm still learning about that. I do know the gibbous moon fucks me up. So when I find myself super moody, depressed, and then I suddenly have a lot of inspiration and energy, I'm like, it's a fucking gibbous moon, isn't it? And it usually is a fucking gibbous moon. But yeah, so yeah, these cards taught me a lot about moon cycles. You have the cycles here. How do you use these cards? Well, anything. Some people use them for love. I've seen a lot of people use these for love, and I'm just like, I just can't do it. I don't know, I can't use them for love reading. I use these more for the energy around you, even future energy. What do I need to do to get to where I need to be? What I need to focus on? Just guidance. I don't use them for love. Some people do. It's whatever you feel like using them for. But yeah, love these cards. They are similar to the Psychic Oracle, where they do get kind of messed up easily. Okay? You guys have seen these cards a lot, I'm sure. Why is that in here? I'm not going to even. I'm done. I'm done with myself, I swear. Why are there other cards in this spread? What is wrong with me? Jesus. Okay. But yeah, the moon here. Okay, Moonology. Really pretty. Very pretty here. The guidebook is really nice as well, and I like it because it has a lot of different content, okay? So it has, you have the overall message, it says, attuned to the moon, additional meaning for the card, and the teaching. So it tells you about the different cycles of the moon and what they mean, and how that you can go about using them, or understanding the messages more, like deeply and stuff like that. Okay. Okay, guys, I have beef with these cards. Well, no. Let me take that back. I have beef with the fucking writer who wrote the guidebook. These cards are gorgeous. The Dark Mirror Oracle, they're mostly for darker energy. With people who have dark energy, I tend to read like that here. Or even about shadow work. Oh, very intense for shadow work. Woo! I've used these for shadow work, and I fucking cried my eyes out. So when it comes to healing, like your wounds, your personal issues and insecurities, these cards are, woo, girl. But the guidebook is fucking terrible. Now, they look like this in the back. So if you're into really dark decks, like this, you'll love this deck. It does have like this kind of masking on it here. You know, they all have it like that. They're all like that. But yeah, we have Obsession here, and they're very specific. Now, what I don't like is some of them is not easy to use your intuition on if you don't read the guidebook. But again, the guidebook is so fucking poetic that you're like, what the fuck are they talking about? I just want the meaning of the card. I'll tell you what I mean in a minute. Let me just keep showing you the cards, because I was not the only one. I was looking on Amazon for reviews when I bought these cards, and I was having beef with them. I'm like, am I the only one? And there's so many people that were like, the guidebook is shit, and I was like, okay, it's not just me. But it says forgetting oneself here. So yeah, beautiful cards. Just very intense. Not for the faint of heart at all. If you also, these cards are good if you want to understand other people, like why they do certain things. If you want to know somebody's past and like their insecurities and shit, or why are they doing that? Why are they like this? Woo, girl. Woo, you can get, woo, deep messages. Now, let's show you this fucking guidebook. Now, the guidebook comes in Spanish, English, and what was it? I know this is Spanish. Is it French? Yeah. No, is it? I don't know. I think it comes in French and Spanish if I'm not mistaken. So it's pretty small. If it was a guidebook, it's really small. Now, fucking matter. Going dark. Okay, so I'm just gonna read this whole thing. Just bear with me. This is what I mean by it's a bit cryptic, and I'm like, the messages are just so, like, what? If I were to cut off my legs, would I still be me? If I were to carve out my heart, would I still be me? If my flesh wound turned to stone, if my lungs were emptied of air, if my dream were to fly, were to be forced in chains and hanged out like an expired balloon, would I still be me? I fought and lost. Broken beyond recognition, not by the shallow sight of bystanders who can pity, but who can't understand. I cannot even recognize myself through the sobs, through the tears, and when silence finally comes, trough the empty motion and the conventional smiles. Who did this to me? I did, maybe not. What is broken can be mended, not so that it returns whole, but at least until it tells his name anew, my name, and who will do that to me? I will. Okay, you're talking about fragmentation. I was like, you see what I highlighted? What is broken can be mended? Why didn't they start at that sentence? What the fuck was all this other stuff? I was reading poetry, and it made no sense. I don't know what the fuck they're talking about. That's what I mean by the guidebook is shit. Yeah, queen of my world. I set limits to my world. Inside I'm a queen and outside is lost. I only use these small here to really understand what the hell it's talking about, because every time I read, I'm like, this is fucking poetry, and this is not good. It's not good. It's not good. It doesn't help the person who bought this deck understand the deck. It makes you fucking confused unless you're somebody who looks at poetry and you understand it immediately. Fuck the guidebook. These are really good cards, but the guidebook, I just want to throw that shit in the trash. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at each card and write down my interpretation. Try to figure out what the fuck they're trying to talk about, and then put my interpretation and have like a book where I look at the meanings and stuff like that. Oh yeah, look at all the languages it has in the guidebook. Whatever. Next, we have Notes from the Universe on Love and Connection here. So these are from the universe. These are kind of quirky, humorous, but the one thing about these cards is that the humor could sometimes be a bit difficult to understand. You have to kind of understand where, like, you know, specific humor. It's not really my humor. It's a bit playful, but sometimes I'm like, huh? But yeah, so they look like this. It says everyone is doing their best. I just used the front of the message, not the back, because the back is very wordy, and if I don't understand it, I'm just like, I'm not wasting my time. But yeah, everyone is doing their best. So it says, there are really only two types of people, those who you love. No, there are only two types of people, those you now love and those you will love, until there's only one type of person, and then we'll probably hit replay. The game of life, the universe. I'm like, okay, yeah, I understand that, but as you dig more in the cards, you'll be like, what the fuck does that mean? I'm a bit confused here, but I do read these. I would usually do these for like messages you need to hear, maybe good news coming in, something you should know, things like that. What do you need to hear, right? Love is never in vain. Okay. I don't use these cards a lot because, again, the humor kind of throws me off, but I do want to keep them because I really do like them. Next, we have the Oracle of the Fairies. Now, this doesn't look like anything I would buy. When I bought these cards, I was shocked because I usually don't like pink. Anything. I don't like pink. Like, when have you ever seen me in pink? But I was like, these don't look like cards I would buy, but I felt guided to buy them, so I did. And like, yeah, they're super girly looking, like super, I was like, what the hell? But they're really nice though. These cards are really pretty. So we have the nature signs, okay? Very high quality. I feel like these cards, you could use them over and over again, and I don't feel like they would bend or like break or anything. They're super durable, really pretty as well. They're fairies. I do believe in fairies. I do. They have a lot of fairy messages. If you're into fairies and stuff like that, good for you. You'll like these cards. Now, I don't know if I believe in fairies completely, but I have seen fairies because I've seen a lot of like random pixel dust, especially at night. I'll see like these glimmers of light, these shimmers of light whenever I look it up. They're like, oh yeah, those are fairies. So I'm still kind of grappling with the idea that fairies do exist. I do believe in fairies. I do. Okay, so these are the cards here. Okay, the back is really pretty too. And I love that they have the messages. Now, the guidebook does help. Sometimes it's a bit complicated to understand when it comes to fairy messages, but yeah, these are really pretty here. So I just use these for really just guidance in general here. So yeah, they look like this for inspiration. Pretty straightforward. Those are the fairy. Karen Kay. Oracles of the Fairy. Yeah. Now we have these here. It's called the Wild Offering Oracles. Tosha Silver. Art by Katie Daisy here. Now, these don't come with the guidebook. They are incredibly intuitive and they only come with a message. So, which I like because I didn't really want to read a guidebook for these. They're kind of self-explanatory, but I am not religious. So they have a lot of Lord, a lot of kind of Christian words. I just replaced that with the divine and the universe. It's not a big deal to me. Maybe that could turn some people off, or if you're a Christian person and you're into oracles, you'll like it here. But yeah, so it looked like this. I love the artwork, so it looks like that in the back. We have Ganesh. And then we have here, these are the cards here. You have Perfectionism, you have Solitude. They're just so pretty, and the cards are just so different. They're all different, you know? They're all different. These are just really simple messages, but you do have to interpret them further. You just reading it, you may not fully understand it, and you may have to, like, maybe even pull several for yourself to really understand the cards here. So it says, yeah. So yeah, it's like nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear divine. You know, so it's kind of like, it has a religious aspect to it. Yeah, it says, my intention is that all of God's wishes for me come true. Okay. Yeah, it's like, dear, let me revel in your abundance, dear Lord. yeah, dear Lord and no true love. So yeah, I don't really mind that. It's really whatever. But yeah, the cards are really nice. They're really pretty. Pretty sturdy, very sturdy as well. I've had these for a good while. They last. I love these cards. This is also from Colette Baron-Reid here. Postcards from Spirit. I love these. I love cards that have like a long message that are from like spirit guides and stuff, because it's very nice. This has a guidebook, but well, does it have a guidebook? No, it doesn't. No. It's an informational book about like why she created the cards and how she started and stuff like that. But yeah, we have postcards. They're literally postcards. I thought this was a fucking amazing idea. Very creative idea. Absolutely love the concept. Themselves. Now you do have to be careful because a lot of these cards have rounded edges. A lot of oracles have round edges. If you could see here, it's not sharp. These are fucking sharp. They will fuck you up if you're not careful with them, okay? And they're really kind of, I can't fit my whole hand. So, yeah, I can't. So I hold them like this. And then when I shuffle, sometimes I'll just shuffle like that, right? Or even sometimes I'll do the pick a thing method, and then the, what do you call it? I don't know what you call it. I think you guys know what I'm talking about though. But yeah, so these are what they look like, and the messages are here. These cards are spot fucking on. It is so cool to get a direct message from my spirit guide in a letter form. So cool. Wow, just love these cards. Yeah, postcards from, dude, these are really good for just a quick message, you know. Those of you who have trouble talking to your spirit guides, I recommend these cards. I highly recommend these cards because it's a postcard from your spirit here, from your spiritual team, basically. We have spell casting here. What the hell? Yeah, look at my mouth. Spell casting oracle cards, okay? This is by Flavia Kate Peters, Barbara Free, okay? Yeah, so these cards is mostly, if you're witches into magic spells, good manifestation tool. They're kind of used for manifestation. I really like these cards because they're just really pretty. This is yeah, so here. And then we have here, oh, look at that. Oh, haven't seen that one. Oh, look at that. Whoa. Whoa. The artwork is really pretty. Okay, these don't really have much diversity, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, manifestation card basically. So I use these cards when it's like, how do I need to manifest? What do I need to focus on? Sometimes what do I need to manifest? Sometimes I don't even know what to manifest. Or even like, how do I go about strengthening this manifestation? Or if it's like, shit, I want to do this, I want to do that. What do I need to know? Well, you need to know confidence. And then, I read the guidebook along with it. I always read the guidebook to this because I feel like by itself, it just doesn't do justice. So the guidebook is it's very helpful. And the guidebook gives you a lot of ways to go about reading the cards, different ways to read them here. So with the guidebook here, we have career, we have boundaries. So for example, looks like this. So you have the message, magical guidance, spell incantation. So if you're into spell work, they have spell work. Yeah, it has a whole incantation here, like a whole spell. It's a spell basically, and magical meanings. It has additional meanings of the cards, so I like that a lot. It's able, I'm able to get more additional messages here. So yeah, if you're practicing witches, if you're a witch or you're into spells, spell casting. Okay. We have the soul's journey, very specific. These are simply for the soul's journey. Okay. Your higher self will deliver your soulful wisdom and guidance so that you'll know the right choices to make in your life. James Von Prague. Okay. Yeah, so these are it's very kind of static imagery where it's very simple. This is the back of them. And yeah, you guys have seen these. God damn it. God damn it. God damn it. Why? Yeah, so these are just soul lessons. I use these mostly for lessons. Like, what am I learning right now? What am I supposed to learn? What am I going to learn? What should I know? Things like that, right? And I love the guidebook. I always read the guidebook to these because the guidebook really goes above and beyond when it comes to, like, your soul's lesson and what you're in the process of learning or what you need to know. So these cards are very self-explanatory. Love them. Yeah. So as I release my, when it comes to guilt, I release any belief that no longer assists in my soul's growth. And it has, a good lengthy explanation, and then at the very end it really gets to the point. No one's perfect, everyone makes mistakes. Guilt is not always rational, but if you examine it subjectively, act on it and release it, it becomes a temporary emotion. So it's like, yeah, that makes sense to me. So it's very simple to know what you're in the process of working on. Again, the Soul's Journey here, lesson cards. I love this card, okay? This is from Janet Chu. I found her on Etsy. I like to support, you know, small business owners, especially people who make their own stuff. Love it. Love these cards. Gorgeous. When I saw them, I was like, oh my god. So these are from Singapore. Okay, so you're most likely gonna have Singapore here. Yeah. 4 to 4 here. This is about self-love. I use these for self-love. I always use these with my single love readings, or if there are messages of self-love, or if people are having issues with, especially if people are having issues with others. It usually has to do with maybe a boundary issue, but I do like the variety that these cards offer, and they're I would say, like, it's pretty thick. I wouldn't say that this is super thin. Really good, high quality cards, okay? But yeah, it's the back here. And then here is the front. Oh, here we go. That message at the bottom as well. Really pretty artwork. Janet, she does all the artwork. So she drew the cards and she wrote the guidebook. I was like, girl, goals! That's what I want to do. So we have this here. Really pretty. Just really, I think they're watercolors, she said. Yeah. Gorgeous cards. Absolutely gorgeous. So when it comes to, yeah. I also like the messages on them. It's really easy to understand. Expand your knowledge to expand your world. Seek out teachers of wisdom. Constantly seeking new knowledge creates broader perspective. Okay. Yeah, so these cards really teach you how to love yourself, and kind of, you know, teach you messages of what you need to learn. Not learn, but like what you need to be aware of. Okay, it says move quickly here. It says some opportunities require a quick response. Use your instincts and don't be afraid to move fast on your hurdles. Now, the guidebook is really nice because she really gets in depth with the cards. It's really, you know, and it's really thin. It's actually pretty thin. Look how thin that is. But it's packed with a lot of stuff. So we have set boundaries here. So you have a whole paragraph, and then you have another paragraph. So I really like how detailed it is. Okay. There's a lot of different ways to interpret, so I like that she kind of, you know, teaches us about that as well. Highly recommend. Self-love. I always love self-love cards, that self-healing, self-love, always. And these aren't repetitive. Sometimes I find some self-love cards, they say the same shit, like, oh, go take a walk. Go take a walk. Oh, go buy this for yourself. I'm just like, I need something that's a little bit different, not the same fucking messages and different cards, please. Okay, now this is my favorite ever. You guys know this. This is my very first Oracle deck. Very first Oracle deck. That's why it looks like shit. That's why it looks like it's slowly dying, because it is. But it's okay. I'll keep these forever. I love these Goddess Oracle. Goddess Oracle. I didn't know anything about tarot. I didn't know anything about Oracle. But I saw these cards and I was like, I have to get them. And they are not difficult to learn. These cards, any area of your life, they make sense. They just make sense. And I didn't know what I was doing, so I would just pull cards. I would just pull cards and pull cards and pull cards and try to interpret the message. I'd be like, yeah, it does make sense. These cards are fucking amazing. I love them. They all have all goddesses, so they are very they're very powerful, very self-empowering. Okay, cards here. Oh, my favorite card ever. Love this card. And it even tells you about the goddess in the guidebook, what goddess you pull and what that goddess means. Okay, but these cards are good for daily. I use them for daily message. I use them for what I need to focus on, what do I need to know, future energy. I'm starting this project. What should I do? Okay, and it's like, well, start delegating. So sometimes they could be really specific as well. I don't usually clarify them. I just kind of read them in a spread. And they have words at the bottom. Now the guidebook is really nice because I like the guidebook. So it tells you about Coventina. We have the message from the goddess. So what the goddess's message basically is. This is also from Doreen Virtue here. It said various meaning of the cards and then about Coventina. So very similar to the ancestors, where it tells you about the person. So this tells you specifically about the goddess and what she represents. So it says Coventina, she's a powerful Celtic goddess of the waters, including the ocean, lake, streams. Coventina protects bodies of water and their inhabitants. Now, if you're into goddesses and things like that, you can definitely pray to them. I pray to Lakshmi, because I fucking love Lakshmi. I love Lakshmi. That is the goddess I pray to. Also Kali. I pray to Kali as well. When it comes to, you know, whatever aspect of my life I want to change. I also use this as my manifestation thingy. So all these manifestations, some have come true yet, some haven't. So that's how I do it. Yeah, so that's the Goddess Oracles here for guidance. We have the Sacred Self-Care Oracle by Jill Pyle. Man, this was sold fucking out. I could not get these cards for a good 2 to 3 months, and then I had to like email her, and I'm like, when are you gonna have the cards? She's like, oh, don't worry, just, you know, give me your email, we'll put you on a list, and when we have them, reprint them again, we'll send them to you. So they did. I was like, thank God. I actually got them on Amazon before, but then it like fell through, and the person never fucking got, like, I ordered the cards, and then I never got the cards, so then they had to refund me. I'm like, oh, so I just went to the website. You actually have to go, I recommend going to her website, okay, if you want the actual cards. Don't do the Amazon thing like I did, or you're gonna get fucking cheated, because these cards usually are sold out. Sometimes we have Plan a Vacation. So these are just self-care. I mean, it's pretty much explanatory, you know, how to take care of yourself. Specifically what to do, because sometimes you don't know how to take care of yourself, you know. So it's just, you know, I use this for myself a lot, mostly all the time. Okay, it's also part of self-love. Okay, we have affirmation, and the imagery is just really nice. It's very what do you call it? I don't know what you call it, but I really like the imagery, the artwork and stuff like that. It really fits the cards, you know. And the guidebook is really nice as well. Oh yeah, so the feel of the cards, good size, nice and smooth, and oh, the cards are matte, so they're not glossy. Okay, and then like the guidebook, yeah, the guidebook is super specific here, and it has journal prompts. So this deck is used for you to really connect with yourself and have a journal. So for example, with the it says dance, okay, how we have dancing here. If I pull the dancing card, it tells you all about the cards and stuff like that here. Dancing can be an incredibly liberating experience, allowing for a unique form of self-expression. Yeah, and then it says journal prompt, do you feel comfortable dancing? If yes, what style of dance makes you feel most radiant and best express yourself? If no, why do you feel uncomfortable, and how do you think you could work through this discomfort? Beautiful cards to have to really connect with yourself. Sometimes you'll be surprised by the answers when you actually participate in the journal prompts. Okay, you don't have to, but I do. Okay, we have the Archangel Oracle cards next. These are really small because the print it's not available in their like big print with Doreen Virtue. Okay, so I got these. These are the smaller ones. I like smaller cards though. I don't like really big cards. But yeah, these are just, you know, messages from your angels. They're very straightforward and to the point. The guidebook comes online, so it's a PDF, but I don't like PDFs because, well, I have to go on my fucking computer to find it. So I just use my intuition when it comes to these cards here. It's the back of them as well. Okay, so yeah, I'm really drawn to getting these cards, and I really like them. I like the messages. When I do look at the PDF, they do have a lot of information. So if you do, you know, if you buy these, they will have a PDF of the guidebook. Okay, so you're gonna have to kind of read up on that when it comes to these cards here. But yeah, super small, super tiny, love it. Easy to shuffle. Whoop, easy to shuffle. You have Archangel, so there are different type of angels here. Okay, they're all angels. So it's called the yeah, Archangel Oracle cards. Okay, we have Denise Lynn. This is also similar to Archangel Oracle cards, where the guidebook is online. Okay, it is virtual guidebook here. Some people, well, these are still in, well, these are still in print. I got these as a gift. These are still in print as like a regular size. Yeah, I use these mostly for positive readings because I haven't read the guidebook much, so I don't know much about like specifically the card, but I use them like for like good stuff coming to you, what you should know and stuff like that here. Okay, so the imagery here, it is a bit realistic. It's more realistic imagery. It's like realism, I guess. Okay, for anything, it's, yeah, definitely realism. So these cards are really good with tarot. If you clarify these cards with tarot, oh my god, they make so much sense. So I like to clarify these oracle cards with other oracle cards. They're super, yeah, they're super specific like that, rather than just by itself, because it could be a bit difficult. So yeah, that is the Sacred Destiny Oracles. We have the Osho Zen. These are really dope cards, okay? Bam. I have them over here. This is the tarot. I don't use these as tarot. I use them oracle cards. They said that they're tarot, and when I look at them, I'm like, no, I feel like the oracle cards, but whatever. And it's interesting because it comes like that with the guidebook. The guidebook is horizontal rather than vertical like all the other ones. So it's like this. So it's like, wee, fun, woohoo. They're pretty cool. Yeah, pretty cool. I mean, it's like, wow, look at that. Look at all that whale. It has a lot of meaning about the imagery. Stuff like that. Yeah, commentary, the King of Rainbows, what it means, and Master of the Physical, about like what these cards are specifically. They look like this here now. Yeah, they look like this. Osho Zen here. They look like this. Here we have schizophrenia. So these cards are really cool. I'm not really sure how to use them well yet, but when I do use them, they do make a lot of sense. I even use these for soulmate readings, like who's my soulmate and shit like that. Like, you know, like you want to get to know people, girl, you're gonna learn a lot about people you didn't know. Let's just say that. But yeah, these are definitely guidance cards, but also kind of energy cards as well, kind of like the energy surrounding you right now, what's gonna happen in the future, what should you know, things like that. Definitely guidance cards. So that's the Osho Zen here. I don't know how to read them as tarot. I just don't. Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, they're cool too, because you slide them in like that. Are they? Oh. Nice. There you go. Woo! That noise though. Okay, now these are cards I saw, what is it? Specifically, Saltwater Heals Tarot, which I love her. She used these and nobody would give me a fucking answer to what cards were these, because I was like, I need these cards. So I had to actually pause her video. I am not kidding. I had to pause her video and I had to zoom in, and I was like, is that an I into it? So I just typed in Intuit on Google and I found the fucking cards. Bitch, I found the cards. Oh my god. These are really cool. I don't see a lot of readers have these cards. She's the only person I have seen on YouTube who have these cards. I have never seen anyone else use these cards. I feel like these cards are very underrated. But these cards, I don't even know how to describe them. Like, I don't even know how to describe them. But they look like this basically, okay? These cards are fucking awesome. They're kind of, I don't even know how to describe these cards, to be honest with you. But they do have, sorry about that, my camera cut off again. I'm not used to working with the camera, like an actual camera. I just use my phone. So yeah, like the battery, I have to charge it. But yeah, with this intuitive, I mean, I guess how to use them is basically just regular guidance. There's not really any specific way, because Saltwater, she uses them for love readings and they're always like on point. I don't know, it's just amazing. So I guess it's called Intuitive Oracle for a reason. You intuitively use them however you want to use them. But yeah, so let's show you a little bit more. I like the really details. They don't come with the guidebook. These are very kind of straightforward type of cards here, okay? Very specific as well. They have people suits and stuff like that, but it's just a lot of kind of random imagery, but the imagery really does go well together. They even have planets, like the cycles and stuff like that. So you can really use these anywhere. I use these for love readings, definitely, like, you know, like get more information about a person's personality, even about like what do you need to focus on and stuff like that. But just in general, these are really amazing cards and they're super underrated. I don't see a lot of people have these cards like at all or ever. They're really good for predictions as well. So yeah, that's intuitive. Yeah, they're super easy to, let me show you more of the people. I really like the people. Yeah, they have the Queen of Water, the Scorpio. And the people cards are pretty specific because it does say within 3 to 6 months. So it does have a timing during the fall, from October to November. Then we have the, you know, what describes a Scorpio: passionate, perceptive, focused, determined, fixed. These could be people that you meet. So these pop up as a lot of people, like people that could enter your lives and stuff like that. Could be a Scorpio. Then we have the Queen of Air here. So yeah, then we have this what's the King of Earth here. Then where's the other one? So yeah, Sun, yeah, we got Leo, Pisces, right? So they're all timing here. It's like within the 7 to 14 days, within 6 to 9 months. So it gets really specific. So I do use these for timing. But so that was the intuitive, yeah. And they don't have a book. They actually come in a little pouch. But I use these all the time, so I just use them at my desk. So I just put them on my desk and stuff. There's no little book package for them, really. Okay, so we have this one here. We have the magical times here. Okay, got these pretty. I think I've had these for maybe like 3 years. They're really good. I love this. It's just super easy. Yeah, we have these cards here. They do have words on the bottom, which is nice. And their images are really pretty. They're very artsy, very creative here. The guidebook, I didn't like the guidebook too much just because it was very, very brief. And they said empowerment cards, so they used them more as like mantras. So there wasn't really much information about the cards. So I always read these cards intuitively, no matter what, really. But these are also really good cards to pair with other oracles. But yeah, this is the Magical Time Empowerment cards by Jody Bergsma. Okay, and last ones, the last ones that aren't love. Next are the love oracle ones. This is the business oracle. Let's say business oracle. Yeah, this is from the ones I got from Etsy. So it looks like this here, but these are business, business career oracles. Very specific messages as well. I like to use these cards when it comes to obviously career readings, but even money and finances, or even just projects or success. I think they're called the Success Business Oracle, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, these cards are really cool. Okay, they're very straightforward as to they don't come with the guidebook, and they come in this. They come with this here, which is kind of. I don't know why it's blank. I wish the box, because it's like as big as here, I wish the box looked like this. That would be really nice, and I'd be like, oh yeah, those are my business oracles. So I don't know why the box is plain, but it's just whatever. It's just a box. But yeah, these cards are nice. They're not too crazy big, and they're actually very helpful. So I use these, yeah, the business success and business oracles, exactly what they're used for here. Okay, so the love cards, I just got these. These are new. This is the Twin Flame Oracle. Now, I don't believe in twin flames, but I saw these cards and I used them for love readings just because they make the love readings more interesting, because love readings could be very redundant and very boring. So I was like, I need cards to spice up my love readings, so I got these and I love them. I don't, when it comes to, I just use these for, just relationships and stuff, maybe even future energy here. But yeah, so these are the cards here. Okay. These cards are really awesome. They definitely bring a lot more variety, a lot more clarity, a lot more detail to love readings as well. They even have like an answer. They have a yes and no here. So yeah, I really like these cards, and they actually work really well with tarot. Like if I need a clarification and I use tarot, the messages do work. So yeah, I do like them here. So even though they are for twin flames and stuff like that, I use them for soulmates. Again, I believe cards, as long as you have an intention for the card, it just fucking works. So that's what I use. And I get a lot of really interesting messages with these cards, and I really like that. They're like different journeys of, I guess, like love relationships. So I highly recommend them. I got these from Etsy as well. These cards were fucking expensive. How much did I pay for these damn cards? I think I paid like almost $80 or some shit. I've been wanting somebody to buy me these cards for so long, but nobody did. So I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna spend the $80. I would never spend, my oracles, I don't get oracles that are 50 and up. 50 and higher to me is just kind of ridiculous, but I had to get them. So those are probably the most expensive I got. Then I have these here. This is the French Vintage Stamp Love Oracle by Kelly Isara, and these were like $50. Okay, so these are the cards here. They don't come with the box. They actually come with like a little pouch you put them in, but I'm using that for other oracles here. But yeah, these are, so I use these with like what type of connections you're coming in when it comes to love life, like what kind of connection is this. Now the guidebook is actually a PDF file that she sent me when I paid. So the guidebook has a lot of information about the type of cards these are, and the guidebook is pretty good when I was reading it. okay, but they're very kind of, you know, very straightforward to the point messages here. And there's not many of them. I think it's only like 40 if I'm not mistaken. And they're pretty, I don't know, they're like this, they're pretty small. There's not many of them, so it's like 50 bucks for this, but you know, she did make them herself, so just trying to support small businesses. We have the Higher Love. I don't know why I got these cards. Again, I always look for cards to up my love readings because they get too redundant. So I have these, and the way you're supposed to use them, I don't use them. I just use these cards. The way you're supposed to use them is really complicated, so I was just like, let me just use these cards for messages. But these are supposed to be love cards, but I use them as everyday guidance because I feel like it works pretty well that way. We have Heavy Burden. You could see there's nothing. These are probably the plainest cards that I own. And I don't really care because they're very straightforward. But it does help, and it does get really detailed about your love life and just life in general. Kind of what's next for you and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm not, I already knew that these cards were just like, you know, cardboard and words, but it doesn't matter because I still like these cards. They're pretty cool. So that's what they're, yeah, they have so small here. So yeah, okay. Then we have the biggest two Oracle. We have the Doreen, obviously, the Romance Angels. Like every tarot reader has these cards. I got these last year, so I was able to get them before they come out of print because they're not in print anymore, so I was able to get the bigger sizes. But I actually kind of like the small sizes, but these cards are fucked. Look at them. They're so old. I use these cards too much. Too much. But yeah, these are the cards. Love. There's nothing in here, is there? Oh, god damn it. Oh, motherfucker. I gotta stop doing that shit. But yeah, so these are the cards. I mean, you guys have seen these cards probably like excessively. These are the most overrated cards ever. These are the most overrated love cards, but they fucking work. That's why people buy them. Very specific messages and stuff like that here. Now the cards are very sensitive and they do wear out. They really do. They do get worn out. Okay, so in terms of the quality, it's okay. There's also a guidebook, but I don't use it. But the guidebook is pretty nice from what I remember. So we have these here is the Island Time Wellness Love Oracle Tarot Deck Clarification and Complement Reading of 54. I love these cards. These cards are super specific, okay? Super specific. I love that these cards give you the good and bad when it comes to relationships and people and connections. It's not just all fuzzy and fucking unicorns. Because relationships, that shit is difficult. So I do recommend if you're into love readings to really get these cards because they're super specific. So what we have here, it says date. So they look like this. It says meet somebody new. Getting back out there. We have the Hand of Cards. We have the separation. You have the messages. They don't come with the guidebook. What you see is what you get with these cards. We have the wedding rings here. Okay, we have Cupid's arrow. I like you. So I always use these cards for just more additional messages for what's happening in love life. Okay, specifically love. These are love cards, so I don't use them for anything else besides love. But again, we do have like the good with the bad here. Okay. So yeah, these cards are amazing. I love how small they are. Super easy. I don't have any complaints with these cards. I just wish that they made more. I wish that they would have like a second version or addition to them with like different messages. That would be awesome. But yeah, so those are these. And then one more. I saw these cards and I really needed to get them. But I actually had to go to her website. They're not on Amazon because she sells them specifically by Zamira Love Oracle. Okay, a lot of people are always asking me about these cards here, so that's what they are. And they're really big. They're fucking huge. Okay, these are like one of the biggest Oracle love decks I own. But these are the messages. Very specific message, and it does come with the guidebook. The guidebook is very short and to the point. These cards you read intuitively. You can even read them with tarot cards as well, but they're very specific when it comes to your love life and what you want to know about it. Okay, and like what's like this relationship, what kind of relationship is this, who's this person, what does this person want. The guidebook does look like this here, so it's like that. The guidebook, I do like how everything is kind of like in fours, 1, 2, 3, 4 here, like quadrants. It's really helpful. But yeah, so they have the messages, and they also have dating tips from here. So it says, if someone is making you feel confused by their behavior, actions, or non-action, then it's probably because they are confused. Let them sit with their confusion alone while you are out on a hot date or having fun with your friends. So these are very kind of empowering cards as well. Yeah, and she gives you spread ideas, okay? Things like that here. And the guidebook is super thin, so it's not, you know, because it's very, the cards are, I don't know how many there are, but it's lesser than usual, okay? Which is completely fine by me. It gets the job done, though, okay? And I think that's it, guys. So thank you so much for watching. I know there's a very long video about my oracles, but I think total I have 59? I think 59. I'm almost at 60, like, in total, Oracle and Tarot together. But yeah, so I will put all the names and the link and stuff for the cards. And if there's a specific place to buy them, I'll try to find the websites if I can here. But yeah, that was the reading. Not the reading, goddammit. That was the video. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Till next time.